Hi, this is Algebra 2, Lesson 75. We're going to talk about factorable denominators and sign changes. We're starting on page 312. A couple of chapters ago, we discussed how the addition of rational expressions can sometimes be facilitated by making sign changes in one or more of the expressions. So here we have 3x plus 2 over x minus 5 plus x minus 3 over 5 minus x. So we remember that negative 2/3 is the same as negative, we can put the negative in front, or we can put the negative in the bottom, right? If the negative is in the top, then this is positive and this is positive. If the negative is in front, then this is positive and this is positive. If the negative is in the bottom, then this is positive and this is positive. Okay, so there are 3 signs for every fraction. If we change one of the signs, we have to change one more. In order to hold equal value, 2 of the signs have to be the same. Okay? So in this case, if we change this 2 to positive, we also change the front to negative. We have to change 2, so we're actually multiplying by 1. If we change all 3, then we're multiplying times -1, and that changes the value. Okay, I'm explaining this because we've had a few confusion issues with what we change when we change the sign. In order to be able to add x minus 5 to 5 minus x, we're going to change the sign of this, and because it's less complicated, we're going to change this sign. We could change this sign and this sign and leave this one the same. We can only change 2 signs. We can't change we can't change this one and this one and this one, because that changes the value. So we are going to change the denominator, and we're going to change the sign that is in front of this term. So we will have 3x plus 2 over x minus 5. We're going to change this to a negative. We're going to leave the numerator as it is, and we're going to change the bottom. So that'll be x minus 5. Okay? So we changed the sign of 2 of the places of this fraction, but not the third one. Okay, now we can add these together. So this will be 3x plus 2 minus x plus 3 all over x minus 5. And now we'll put like terms together, so we'll have 2x plus 5 all over x minus 5. Okay? We've also had to factor denominators in order to find common denominators. In this lesson, we're going to be doing both. So we're going to have x plus 3 over x squared minus x minus 6 minus 3 over 3 minus x. Okay? We can factor this denominator. So we've got x plus 3 over, and we can factor this trinomial into 2 binomials. We're starting with x squared, so this is going to be an x and an x. We have 2 negatives, so it's going to be plus 3 and, plus something and minus something in the binomials. And the product of these 2 last terms is going to be -6, but their sum is going to be -1. The factors of 6 are 6 and 1 and 3 and 2. Since we want the sum to be negative, we're going to make the 3 the -1 and the 2 the positive number here. So we have x plus 2 times x minus 3. Here we have an x minus 3, so let's go ahead and change the signs here. So this is also an x minus 3. So we're going to make this a plus 3. We're not changing the sign of that one. We're going to turn this around so it's x minus 3. Okay, now we need to find a common denominator, so we're going to multiply x times x plus 2 to the top and bottom over here. Right? And we have x plus 3 plus 3 times x plus 2 all over x plus 2 times x minus 3. Okay, I would like you to take everything back out of parentheses and then add the like terms together. So x plus 3 plus 3x plus 6 all over. We're going to take this back out of the parentheses, and it comes back to x squared minus x minus 6. And now we're going to put the like terms in the numerator together. So we have x and 3x, which is 4x, plus 3 and 6, which is 9, all over x squared minus x minus 6. And there's nothing else we can do to simplify it, so that would be your final answer. Okay, now we're going to add x plus 7 over x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 3 over negative 1 minus x. So we're going to start by factoring the denominator of the first term. We have x plus 7 all over. Turn this into two binomials. We're starting with an x squared, so this will be an x. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. That was a pretty easy factoring. Minus, okay, we've got negative 1 minus x, and we can change this sign and the sign down here to make this x plus 1. Okay, now we need to find a common denominator, and we do that by multiplying the top and bottom times x plus 1. So we have x plus 7 plus 3 times x plus 1 all over x plus 1 times x plus 1. Okay, now we're going to multiply all the numbers through the parentheses and then find like terms. So we have x plus 7 plus 3x plus 3 all over x squared plus 2x plus 1, which equals 4x plus 10 all over x squared plus 2x plus 1. And that would be your final answer. Okay, let's do another one. X minus 3 over, we've got x squared minus 2x minus 15. Let's put that into two binomials. We're starting with x squared, so they're both going to start with x's. Both of these terms are negative, so one of these is going to be positive and one of them is going to be negative. The terms of negative 15 are going to be 15 and 1 or 3 and 5. In this case, we're going to use the 3 and 5. And since the sum is going to be negative, the 5 is going to be negative. Okay? So negative 15 times 3 equals negative 15. Negative 5 times 3 equals negative 15. Negative 5 plus 3 equals negative 2. Okay? Okay, on this side we have a negative x plus 5, and we would like it to be x minus 5. So I'm going to change, actually let's change the top one this time. So instead of x plus 2, we're going to have negative x minus 2. We're going to multiply the negative 1 time through the top. And then we're going to change this one to x minus 5. We could have changed this one. I chose to change the top one instead. It doesn't matter as long as you change 2. Either this one or the top. Okay, so now we've got x minus 5 and x minus 5. So we need to multiply the top and the bottom times x plus 3, so we have a common denominator. And so we will have x minus 3 plus negative x minus 2 times x plus 3 all over x plus 3 times x minus 5. Alright, now we're going to simplify this next. We have x minus 3 plus negative x times x is negative x squared. Negative x times 3 is negative 3x. Negative 2 times x is negative x. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. All over, let's put this back into the trinomial form. So x squared minus 2x minus 15. And now we're going to clean up the top. So we have negative x squared. We have x and 3x and x. So that's just going to be negative 3x. We have minus 3 and minus 6. So that's going to be minus 9 all over x squared minus 2x minus 15. And that would be your final answer. That's it for that lesson. Try your practice problems. Let me know if you have any questions, and do all the problems from this lesson. Thank you very much. Bye.